All right, welcome back to SimTech Golf. It's Masters Week, so I thought this would be a great time to go over one of my builds on my simulator, as I have now gotten to the point where I'm actually playing and I'm really finished, so I'm just kind of going over the last few items that I ordered and I've installed and I've kind of reviewed in my mind and wanted to get a feel for it before I gave any final reviews on the stuff. But today is going to be all about the gaming PC. I made a decision early on between using a laptop and using a gaming PC. Everything I've read and everything I understand says that, obviously the gaming PC is going to give you a little bit more gaming power and a little bit more speed and the ability, obviously, to change out parts later on as these software companies keep upping the ante as far as graphics go. So I went with a gaming PC instead of a laptop. I ordered one from, as you can see, CyberPower PC. I'm not giving them an endorsement as far as they pay me or anything. I am totally independent. As I said, I kind of looked at a bunch of different PC builders and I liked the reviews I saw with this one. I also had a friend order one not too long ago and had a pretty good experience with it. Had a little hiccup. I actually had a little hiccup as well. So hopefully CyberPower PC will learn a little something from this if they're watching as well. But first, let me say, the gaming PC itself has been wonderful. It works exactly the way I thought it would. It is running the GS Pro software flawlessly and doing it at a 4K frame. So I'm very happy. I'm ultra settings 4K. I've had no slowdown with my gaming PC whatsoever. Now I will say this gaming PC is totally dedicated to this golf simulator, so I'm not doing anything else on there but downloading the courses on GS Pro and running the courses. And of course I have my Unicore iMini launcher and the software that is on that as well. So there is no other games or other stuff that I do with it. When I bought this, I knew that I was going to dedicate it just for this one purpose. I have an Xbox. I have other things I can do if I want to play video games, but this one is just for this 4K golf simulator. So I did order it from CyberPower PC. Let's get into the specs a little bit. When I was deciding what to do, 4K was at the top of my list, so I did look at all kinds of upper end graphics card and processors. My initial thought was to do I think it's AMD, it's the one everybody says is the best one, the X3D. I think it's 7800 X3D or something like that. And I was going to do the higher processor with maybe a little bit lower graphics card. Well, that thought didn't last very long. As I was reading and getting advice, the bottlenecking issue came in there. So if you have a real powerful processor but not as powerful graphics card, then you're going to have a little bit of a problem, and vice versa. If you have too much graphics card and you don't have enough processor pushing it, so you still have the same bottlenecking issue. So what I decided to do after reading and researching it is I decided to go with a little bit less processor than the one that's deemed the best gaming processor, the X3D. I decided to go a little bit less on that and a little bit more up on the graphics card. So then it was the decision, okay, which graphics card are we talking about? Obviously, everybody wants the 4090. That's the one that's the high end that I would love to have. But at this point, I did not, and let me say this, I had a budget of around $2,000. You start getting into the 4090 and to the X3D processor, you're looking at $5,000 easy. So I decided with a $2,000 budget, I was going to go with a really good processor, but a upper end, or in my opinion, upper end graphics card. And so, like I said, I was looking at the 4090, I was looking at the 4080, I was looking at the 4070, and I was kind of going through that. I looked at some of the AMD stuff too, but what I ultimately decided on was to get a 4070 Ti. just looking off the performance, it's not that far off from the 4080. It's better, obviously, than that 4070 was. So I felt really good with a 4070 Ti that would get me where I wanted to go right now to run 4K stuff, golf simulation. So I paired the 4070 Ti with the 7700, the AMD 7700X. After reading the reviews on both of those, I felt real comfortable with the pairing. It was not going to bottleneck. The 7700X is plenty of power to push the 4070 Ti, and the 4070 Ti can totally be pushed by the 7700X AMD. So I was comfortable with that. Did I want a 4090? Yeah, I did, but I wasn't willing to spend what it was going to take. And here's the real key. If you're going to buy a 4090, you might as well buy the highest processor, that the 7800X3D. You might as well buy that, and that's going to run you about $5,000. So as I considered that, that's what led me to the 4070 Ti and the 7700X. There's no sense in buying the highest processor and going with a lower end GPU, and there's no sense in going with the best GPU and going with a lower processor. So you got to find that middle ground that's comfortable for you and is compatible with the power between the processor and the GPU. And what I found is mine to be in the sweet spot. So it was under $2,000. I'm very happy with it. I've already hooked it up. As I said, it's Masters Week. Me and my buddies were here last night. We played the par 3 course and some other stuff, and so we had a blast doing it. Like I said, I had 4 golfers in here. No slowdown, no hiccups, no misreads, nothing. The computer handled it beautifully and has handled it beautifully. So I'm very happy with the specs of this computer. I'll show you a picture of it here in a few minutes and give you a little view of what it looks like here in the room. So let's talk about ordering it from CyberPC. As I said, I am thrilled with the way it is performing. I'm thrilled with the way it looks, and so far, no problems. However, when I initially got it, it would not boot up. And I kept getting a little trouble light inside there. And after researching it, I come to figure out that the graphics card had a problem. It would get to the part where it was booting up and it would stop, and so it would not. And so I unplugged the graphics card, started it up, and it would run, and I could tell that it was the graphics card. And as I mentioned earlier, I had a family member order a PC from CyberPower, and they had the exact same problem. It was a graphics card. Now, they sent theirs back, took weeks to get it back. I called, and they wanted me to send mine back. I wasn't willing to do that because I was 99.9% sure I had checked everything, and it was indeed the graphics card. So I said, well, just send me another graphics card, and I'll send you this one back. And ultimately, that is what happened. However, they did put a charge on my credit card and a pending charge, which really isn't that big a deal because I sent it back and they never charged it. So I guess they got to do that because you're looking at probably an $800 graphics card, and they don't want to just send it here and me not send mine back. But anyway, the only thing that bothers me a little bit is how in the world can this happen twice? The 2 people I know that ordered one get a graphics card that's not working once it arrives. Now, I don't know. I know they built the PC the way I wanted it. I'm just wondering, do they actually boot it up and see if it works before they ship it, or are they just building it, boxing it, and shipping it? I don't know the answer to that question. I asked them that, and I didn't get a good straight answer. So I don't know. I tell you this, quality control, how do you not do that? How do you not start it up, hook it up to a monitor, make sure everything's working? Because it costs them money. I mean, they sent me the graphics card, and yeah, I sent it back, so they're paying more postage. And if I would have shipped it back to them, they would have paid the shipping for the whole PC and back. And anyway, I just don't understand if they are not building these PCs and hooking them up to monitors and making sure they boot up properly. Why? Why are we not doing that? That just seems so elementary to me. But anyway, I did receive the new graphics card, the 4070, I think it's the GeoForce RTX 4070 Ti. Obviously, it's not very complicated. It's kind of plug and play. Plugged it in, locked it in, and boom, worked perfectly. And has worked perfectly ever since. So I don't know what was wrong with the graphics card. I just know that the initial one didn't work, just like my family members had an initial one that didn't work. But other than that, I've had a flawless experience. So I don't want to dog CyberPower PC, but I do want to acknowledge the fact that we've ordered two, and both times we've ordered, a graphics card came that was inoperable. So, and they had to ship us a new one and vice versa. They did take care of it. I'm not sitting here saying they didn't. What I'm saying is there's got to be a quality control problem or something. Somebody's not checking these PCs out after they build them to make sure they boot up and they're where they need to be. Because mine did it immediately, and so did the person in my family. We weren't able to get it running right off the bat. So anyway, that's my little rant on the quality control at CyberPower PC. But I do want to give them credit for taking care of the problem. I do want to give them credit for the computer itself. It is running flawlessly. Again, it's a 7700X. It is paired with a 4070 Ti. It is liquid cooled. I'll show you, I've got it up and running right this minute, and I will show you what it looks like. That is the beauty of these PCs. You can kind of put the parts in you want. You can pick your case out that matches your decor of your room. And so I am overall really satisfied with this purchase, especially at I actually got it at 1,800 and something. So I got even under the 2,000 range, and I'm very happy about that. So that allowed me to put money in other places, a little bit of money in other places. So I did want to just say I'm very happy with the computer now. It is running the GS Pro without a skip. It is no delay to it, which I'm very happy about. You hit the ball, it shows up on the screen, it's rolling. So there's little to no delay at all upon hitting the ball. I've got, not only do I have my projector, which y'all know is a BenQ 700 STI, it's a 4K, and I'm very happy with it as well. I've got the computer hooked up with a HDMI from the gaming PC to up here to the projector, and with an HDMI cord. And the two monitors that I use, and I'll show you here in a minute, you've already seen them, but they're attached to the wall. I've got those run with I think it's DVI, or the DisplayPort, it's DisplayPort. So I'm running the two monitors with from the DisplayPorts, two DisplayPorts to the two monitors. So I've got basically, 3 monitors here that this PC is running. And again, absolutely no problems with the performance of it. It also is running the Unicore iMini software. And so I can put the Unicore iMini software on the top, club data, ball data, and I usually put some sports on the bottom monitor, like the Masters, while I'm playing golf or some other sport event. Now I can get the view software and bring some more data down on the bottom monitor, because it takes a photograph, a video of you striking the ball. So sometimes I'll put that on the bottom, the ball club data on the top, and that way I can see my actual impact and get a little bit of information that way as well. So overall, very happy with the PC. A little shaky on the quality control at Cyber PC. I think they need to make sure their computers are actually booting up before they ship them. Not sure if they're doing that, but it just seems awfully odd to me that 2 gaming PCs ordered there, we got a graphics card problem. So, but they did take care of it, and I want to give them kudos to that, and I'm not disparaging them in any way. That was just my experience, and they stood behind their product. They did ship me another one. They did give me a return label. I shipped it back. They took the charge off my credit card. So, all in all, it was a good experience. As far as that goes, that will be the gaming. This is the gaming PC review. Very happy with it. I'm going to do another show here soon showing the overall build and the final product of everything. I'm very happy, and then I'll probably start doing some feeds of me playing some of these courses, maybe Augusta this week, and maybe even do a little GS Pro review on how I feel about that software compared to the iMini View software. And go there. I'm not going to sit here and say it's a fair comparison, because GS Pro is probably the best golf simulation software out there at the moment. Now I think Unicore's making I think it's called Game Day software that's supposed to be really good. We'll see that when it gets released. And I know like Bushnell and some of them other ones that have FTX Play and all that stuff. So I won't be able to do the Bushnell, but I will be able to do the Game Day software from Unicore and compare it with GS Pro. But as of right now, GS Pro is head and shoulders above anything that I've seen or I've played at this point, as far as the quality, the 4K graphics, and the amount of courses that you get are just actually overwhelming. I think it's over 700, so you'll be playing this for a long time. Anyway, that's my gaming PC review. I'm going to turn it over here and let you take a look at what I got. Remember, I ordered a 7700X AMD processor, and I paired it with a 4070 Ti. And I'm running ultra settings at 4K on GS Pro, and I'm not having a hiccup. So very happy with it. I think you will be as well. So let me show you this real quick. And there you can see the gaming PC. I got the kind of white and black case. I wanted to go, let me just take this off. I wanted to go with the white and black case because it kind of matches as you can see, the white trim on the baseboards and everything. So kind of wanted to go that route, and I did. And it's, as you can see, I'm very happy with it. It's got all the lighting in there, the RGB lighting. It's got the glass case. I'm happy with it. It blends in, as you can see now. You can see my monitors with it. And you got my monitors right here, so you can throw your stuff up there either way. So I'm very happy with that. So that's my setup. That's how it looks. I wanted to thank everybody for tuning in. I appreciate your help, and I appreciate you tuning and subscribing. And I will continue to do more reviews as I make my way through this build. And again, thank you for tuning in to SimTech Golf, and I'll see you next time.